What's up, Leafs fans? Welcome back to another Leafs Nation After Dark. I'm Zack Phillips, and tonight we are breaking down game number 24 of the Toronto Maple Leafs regular season as they defeat the Chicago Blackhawks here tonight, 4-1 in what was a weird, sleepy kind of game. I don't know. This was a not so great one where you had a weird start and then a sleepy second period, but you felt like you were playing good in the first, and you end up with a 4-1 win. Like at the end of the season, when we look back at this one and we look and say, hey, there was that win against Chicago on the schedule and it finished 4-1, and other people are going to look around the league. No one's going to bat an eye at the Toronto Maple Leafs beating the Chicago Blackhawks 4-1. Like, you're going to look at this and you're going to say, yep, that makes sense. Like that 4-1 victory. But this didn't feel like a 4-1 game. This didn't feel like an overly dominant game from the Leafs here tonight. And to walk away with the game yet again on the wrong side of a deserve to win meter, on one where it felt like this could have easily flipped the other way. Maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. Maybe I'm delusional. Maybe it's all of them. But to get to this point and see these wins makes me feel like the team is, dare I say, different. This is a game in the past that you just lose. You play a crappy game against Chicago Blackhawks at home on a Monday night, and it's 7:30, but it starts at 7:45, and you get thumped on the deserve to win a meter, and you get a goalie who's been actually a little bit better than maybe you would think in Soderblom, and you're like, yeah, well, we're going to lose this one. We're going to get goalied. It's over. We're going to get pumped. We're going to get demolished. Like, this is going to be embarrassing. They're going to write headlines. We're going to have people writing in the papers tomorrow and getting ourselves in some situations where they're calling out these no-name goaltenders on opposite teams. And yet you walk away with a 4-1 victory. Like, this feels not Leafy. This feels so very not Leafy to win this game with a 4-1 result. Mike Batson pointing out good first period. John Gallagher, Berube factor. Honestly, that might be where we're at. Diaz K. Bedard was cheeks tonight. I'll give you that. I don't know. Like, I will get into a lot of it here tonight, more about what happened, the power play, the penalty kill, Austin Matthews and what's happening with their line, some guys further down the lineup who I like, who I didn't like here tonight, but just overall theme and vibe of the game was very weird. This just felt like traditional Leafy get smoked or just lose an embarrassing one at home against a not so great team in the Chicago Blackhawks, and we all say that's embarrassing, except we expected it because it's the Maple Leafs. And then you win the game. Like, I don't know. I'm almost confused that the Leafs walked away with the win here tonight, because it's like that doesn't happen for this team in games like that. I don't know. Let's get to our first super chat here of the night. I want to make sure we get to that. I see a bunch of questions from you guys, so make sure you send them here. If you guys want to see me do the smelling salts, make sure to hit that like button. Every 50 likes, 50, 100, 150, etc. We'll do smelling salts here for the likes on the stream. So thank you guys very much. Let's get to our first super chat. First super chat of the day. So Sangnam. As an observer, one of the hallmarks of genuinely good teams are they regularly win games and they're not firing on all cylinders. And this is something we're finally witnessing with the Leafs now. Honestly, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, and you guys, you clip this. Our guy Andy, who does the clipping for this show, clip this. Leafs Morning Take, guys, clip this, because I'm probably going to sound like an idiot in like 5 games or 10 games, or maybe it'll last until the playoffs, and then it's going to be like, wow, that was really a stupid take. this team feels different with some of that stuff. And I'm not just talking about necessarily like the defensive play, the defensive style of play, or the ability to get it done in games where you don't have this offensive outburst where you could score 6-7 goals. I know they get 4 here tonight. The fourth one is obviously an empty netter, so kind of take that with a grain of salt. But it's a sleepy, slow game, and traditionally it's like, okay, sleepy, slow game. We're not firing offensively. We're not putting pucks in the back of the net at an abundant rate. Well, guess what? We're going to lose because we don't have another style of game to play. If we don't have our A game, we normally are playing an F game. And then when you take those things into consideration, it's like, how did we go from that in games where, hey, it's either A or F, and yet you get this game where it's, as my guy Skylar there, Fisk TV says, Rosie said this morning said it's different. You're not alone, Zach. You found a way to win one out in like a gross, sleepy game. That's like, these are the games I'm talking about. I have said this numerous times, whether it is, your Colorados, your Tampas, your Vegas Golden Knights teams that win these games where they're not deserving of the win. They're the better team on paper, but they don't play like they're the better team out on the ice. And yet, just because they are able to find these games where, hey, maybe you're not playing your A or your B game, maybe you could find your B- game, and it doesn't have to be an F game. And it's like, that's what this team did tonight. I'm not going to give this an F. I don't think that I'm going to give this an F for effort or for execution. It wasn't great. Like, let's call it what it is. It wasn't great, but you found a way to win in a spot that you didn't deserve so. And that is different. This is not different from last year. This is not different from the last 2 years. This is different from the last 8 years of this team. This is year 9 with Matthews, Marner, Nylander, Tavares, etc. going on into this group, Riley. And it's like, this is the first time that we're seeing these ones. For more content just like this, including game previews, post-game live shows, Leafs Morning Take Monday through Friday with Nick Alberga and Jay Rosehill with special guests, as well as instant reaction videos, make sure to be subscribed here to the Leafs Nation YouTube channel, turn on notifications so you don't miss anything, and drop a like.